Greetings one and all, this is Rhythmworks and welcome to my channel. As you can see, I've been playing Resident Evil for an hour and a half from last night. Done it on the stroke of midnight, but I'm not giving you any footage of it. Not doing it. I'm just gonna kill people in San Francisco while I tell you about my experience with Resident Evil 7 on PSVR, because I don't think it's fair just to basically just put up all the stuff, all the jump scares within that hour and a half. Do you know what I mean? You know, it's just an experience that you're just gonna have to experience for yourself and, you know, hear my word on how it plays for me and balance it out for yourself in comparison with what other people say about the game in the PSVR mode. Now, what I will say basically is that the story is more or less that your girlfriend's been missing for 3 years, after which you find out that she's been holed in a house. So you drive up to the house and that's where the shit starts. I'm not saying anything more than that. Now, that's the story so far. The play style, it all depends on the control system that you feel comfortable with, because with the control system, they give you a tutorial as they do in the beginning hour demo that they had out quite a while ago, and you can basically move in 30-degree increments, you can move in 45-degree increments with your head, but I definitely found that the movement for me works better when I was running more than when I was walking. I found that when I was walking, that it made me feel slightly more nauseous than if I was just basically running. That's just me, but you know, for some people, they've been playing VR all the time, every day, and they've got their VR legs. But you know, there's very few games that I can actually just put on, you know, and play once in a while that doesn't give me that sickness. One game in particular is Eagle Flight. That don't give me no sickness whatsoever. And it's one of those flying simulators as well. So you would imagine that flying simulators make you feel that way. But some do, some don't. It just depends on how strong or how wobbly your VR legs are. Anyway, I'm digressing. But those are the control systems that you're going to have in Resident Evil 7, so you can kind of tailor it to how you basically want to tailor it, right? I have to say, playing it in VR, I've been playing it somewhat wrong. I think the reason why I've been playing it wrong is my trepidation, basically, is knowing that there's going to be jump scares and trying to second guess where the jump scares are. More or less playing like a pussy, right? And playing like a bitch. That is being the wrong way of how I've been playing it. I'll admit to you. Do you know what I mean? Because of my hype for the game and seeing videos of people playing the game, just their reactions, not even so much the gameplay itself, but just seeing their reaction is making me bitch out like them. And really, it's not the way to play it. I mean, in horror films, when I watch them, I always think of those people as being stupid as to going in a house looking for shit, you know, and they see freaking guts on the floor and heads rolling about the place. Why are you going to stay around for 90 minutes to investigate that shit? That's just me. That's just a brother thing, you know what I mean? But I digress again. Controls, yeah, got over that. Yeah, so basically, you know, the way I've been playing it has been wrong. More or less, you know, you're in the situation, you're in PSVR, you're immersed in the game as it stands. So you might as well just go for the ride. You know, that's what I would advise. Just go for the ride. You're going to get the jump scares whether you fucking like it or not. So where you think they're going to be, they might not be. They might be where you think they are, but you're going to have to face them because it's on tracks. It's on rails. So you're going to have to go through certain hoops and endure the scares in order to progress further down the line, further down the story. It's just what it is. So I'm not going to play it like how I've been playing it for the last hour and a half. Not going to do it. I do have one small criticism though, and it's relating to the weapons. The weapons don't feel meaty. They don't feel weighty. They don't have that oomph. They don't have that kick to it. Now, I think personally that the weapons in the London Heist game in VR has got more kick to them than the weapons here. They just don't feel... It's like when you're shooting a gun in Resident Evil 7, it doesn't feel like you're shooting a gun. It just feels like you're shooting a paintball gun. Do you know what I mean? That's the vibe I'm kind of getting with that. And the crosshairs just looks like a dot. You know, like a paintball dot, if you like. The axe doesn't feel like an axe when I'm basically using it. That's my only small criticism. But aside of that, it's the experience. You know, as I keep saying to people that doesn't have a VR or hasn't tried the VR, it's very hard to convey what something is like because experiences vary. So you're gonna have to try it to see how it fits you. Now it's interesting because one of my friends, one of my gaming buddies, wanted to find out, would it be good for him to purchase a PSVR based on this game, being the first AAA game to be released on the PSVR. And we had a lengthy conversation about it. And I had to say, well, you know, it just depends on what your priorities are. So he came up with the conclusion that he's going to actually buy a 4K TV first, then buy a PlayStation Pro, then buy the VR, then buy Resident Evil 7. Because that's the game that more or less kind of got his attention where VR is concerned. And I think he's making a wise decision, because even though I've got the VR, even though people rave about the VR, it's still, you know, it still varies from person to person and taste to taste, because some people will just not play horror games, period. Do you know what I mean? No matter how you convince them. But that was one take of the whole Resident Evil PSVR hype and people questioning that on a positive level. Okay, now going back to Resident Evil 7, going back to the game, how it plays to me, I think is kind of giving the nod to Resident Evil 1, 2 and 3 personally. I think the pickup system and all of that, it's there. The storage system is there, as with the original Resident Evil games, and I think that's great. The difference is obviously you're playing in first person mode, which is totally different to the third person modes that were featured in the first three, which this game is more or less harking towards. In terms of the quality of the game in PSVR, it's negligible, I have to say. But as I keep saying, I don't mind when the quality of a game is compromised with the immersion of the game and the experience of the game. You know, like with Riggs. Riggs looks like it looks like a really good game, you know, from the outside. And some people love the game. But me, I don't like the game simply because it makes me feel sick. Really does. It's just too fucking fast for me. It makes me feel really nauseous. But Werewolves Within, I love that game because it's a more socio-centric game. I love Sports Bar VR because that's a more socio-centric game as well. And I think with VR kind of dipping their toes into different types of gaming experiences, you know, there's no way that people can say that this is a gimmick. This is a fad. This ain't going away. PSVR ain't going away. But going back to the game, from what I've played so far in the last hour and a half, I'm enjoying the experience, but I do have to say that I have to play it differently. I have to just sit in the freaking roller coaster and just take the ride. You know what I mean? Not try and freaking hold the roller coaster in place, knowing that I'm going to go through, you know, peaks and troughs, if you like, on the ride. You're going on a roller coaster ride, enjoy the ride. Don't be freaking walking at 2 miles an hour and peeking around every corner like a little bitch. You know what I mean? First of all, the game's going to last too long, and B, you're not going to get the excitement that you're going to need to punctuate it in a more concentrated level. But anyway, that is my take on Resident Evil 7 PSVR mode style. I'm liking the game. If you're on the fence about it, it's up to you. You know, I'm not going to say get it or don't get it, because experiences will vary. Obviously, they will vary. And for some people, they're just not into horror, full stop. So it's up to you. You know, there are going to be videos that's going to do walkthroughs. I don't understand the logic in that, because that's more or less them giving you the jump scares when you are not experiencing them yourself. And you getting the game based upon that doesn't make any sense. Makes no sense. But it might make sense to some people. But anyway, that is all for me for now. Thanks for stopping by. Thanks for watching the video. And as always, you done know the coup. Whatever the game, media, platform, format, genre, happy gaming, because that's what it's truly about, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, brothers and sisters. And until I catch you on the next one, please stay blessed. Magan.